Lord Rothbury's thoughts, Noblesse Oblige, the love that sustains civilization. No great people ever built anything enduring in a single lifetime. Civilization is the patient labor of many, fathers passing duty to sons, mothers to daughters, the living to the yet unborn. Stone by stone, soul by soul, through iron discipline and long vision, our ancestors raised cathedrals of faith and law, codes of honor, the very soul of a people. Without this unbroken chain of sacrifice and restraint, everything returns to dust. The discipline required of such patient labor cannot be the work of one age or ruler. No, civilization demands men and women forgo immediate comfort and personal gain, so that descendants they'll never know may inherit something higher, stronger, more beautiful. It's the planting of orchards whose fruit they'll not taste, the raising of walls that will shelter strangers yet to be born, the teaching of virtues whose harvest lies centuries hence. This eternal labor lifts a people above barbarism, merchant decadence while staving off the slaver's chains. Only a deep, abiding love makes such discipline possible. Love of one's history, unique character, ancestors' blood and genius, children's rightful inheritance of one's civilization. Love turns heavy duty into honor. Love turns sacrifice into joy. Honor and joy birth and guide and keep civilization. Noblesse Oblige isn't merely a thought or an idea, the duty of princes and knights. It's the primary concept of every civilizational peoples, great and small. The nobility that emerges from the love for one's civilization. Every man and woman possesses a portion of nobility by membership in that sacred continuum. To be born into a great tradition, to speak its language, walk its soil, inherit its laws and stories, is a privilege that binds us to responsibility. Noblesse Oblige demands of every soul, according to his station, discipline, courage, and service to the whole. This is the ancient covenant binding lord to people, craftsman to craft, mother to child, farmer to soil, and warrior to all. When this understanding lives, civilization flourishes. When it dies, rot begins. We witness the bitter harvest of a loveless age. Rootless generations are taught to despise their heritage. Families fracture. Institutions are hollowed out and turned against their own. The eternal war rages within upon our people while merchant princes and their artificial regime reward short-term profit and foreign appetites. Without nobility, there is no love. Without love of civilization, there's no discipline. Without discipline, the great work of centuries totters toward inevitable self-destruction. We're rapidly approaching that fateful hour and place where we will be required to stand unyielding and shed blood, ours and theirs, in the ancient and necessary rite of restoration, to once again raise our civilization to its rightful primacy above all others. Restoration begins with us. The warrior class, the few knights who remain, the many men-at-arms, the true princes, every son and daughter of our people. Rekindle this love in your hearts. Study the past, not as dead relic, but as a living inheritance demanding defense. Reject the artificial hierarchies of the merchants, of payrolls, promotions, and pensions of money-valued wealth. Reclaim the organic bonds of blood, soil, faith, and duty, of the only wealth that's true and real. Restore this deep, abiding love of our civilization. Only then will the discipline necessary return, not only to sustain it, but to fight for it, to stand and shed blood with sacred fury and unflinching will, to once again restore the primacy of our civilization above all other. Only in this do we stand against the forces actively engaged in dissolving and eradicating us. Be a man, be a knight, be a prince, always, and never forget, Noblesse Oblige.